Thank you once again and a very warm welcome. What I'm going to share with you is some exquisite information. It's not new age and it's not old, it's timeless wisdom and information and science. Stuff that you can prove, verify and check for yourself, okay? Syncretizing all the sciences, okay? So geometry is music, music is mathematics, right? And that's how it was considered holistically once upon a time. Holy, because holy is the sun, and I'm going to show you that. But solar science, the knowledge of the fundamental motions of the sun, i.e. solar science, is our way to understand everything. It's our atom, it's our home, we're here. Our souls are here on this atom, because that's what it is. It's, in the macrocosm, it's just a big atom, and it used to be called Atum. The Egyptians called the sun Atum, and that's where we get atom from. This knowledge can heal you. This knowledge can enlighten you. This knowledge can help you to be the person that you're meant to be. Some basic fundamental cycles. The day, the year, and the great year. Okay, so that's day. Okay, then we have year, and then we have the great year. This is 24 hours, this is 365 days and a quarter, and over here we have, I'm going to put a figure of 24,000. Every 24,000 years we go through a cycle. Now you will have probably, if you know about precession, I'll give it another name here, precession, you would have got a figure of 25,920 years. Now they're both correct, okay? It's between 24,000 and 26,000, give or take. What happens with this, see, with the 24-hour day, let's say there's the sun and there's our Earth, our Earth's orbit. We are going around the sun every 365 days, anti-clockwise, okay? And the day, we get the day from the rotation of the sun, which is also anti-clockwise. So, for argument's sake, let's say that that's east and that's west. The sun rises in the east. Well, it doesn't rise. We're spinning, okay? It appears to rise. And every 15 degrees it travels an hour. 15 degrees, 15 degrees, 15 degrees, so midday. Let's give that 6 o'clock, let's make that 12 o'clock. Sunset is 6 o'clock. And then the sun directly under your feet is 12 o'clock, okay? So we see at night too, we watch the stars, and the stars are also going east-west. It's a river. It's a river. Everything, the planets, the stars, the luminaries, the moon and the sun, all go east-west. With the great year, those very same stars precess. They go backwards once, slowly. Right? Slowly, west, eastward, contrary to the normal flow. So we know we are in these three fundamental solar cycles. We know that. Every year we watch the constellation of the zodiac, because the zodiac are also following the sun. The sun is never out of that 17-degree width band of Aphrodite's belt, King Arthur's table, the round table. The circuit of Galilee that Jesus goes forth into. And I'll prove this. I will show you how all this comes together. Right now, for instance, the sun is in Aries. It's the 23rd of March. On the 21st, that was the equinox. So the sun is now in Aries, because when the sun's up in the sky, Aries, you cannot see Aries because the sun's in it. And the sun's light is too bright. But behind Aries is the sun now. Behind the sun is Aries now. And next month it'll be Taurus. And then the next month it'll be Gemini, as we get into May. Okay, so you know how all that works. These cycles are very, very important. And it's the knowledge of these cycles, our atom, that we live on, that you will use to navigate through the rest of this presentation, and you will understand. I'm encouraging a lot of people to read this book, please. This is real modern science. This is Walter Cruttenden from the Binary Research Institute, I think it's called, in California. And he has discovered that we are in a binary, and that's what causes the great year as our sun goes around its sister Sirius. Jawal Kul, I think is the name. It's spelled D-J-W-H-A-L, Kul, states, scientists have not admitted into their calculations the fact that our solar system is revolving around a cosmic centre along with 6 others of even greater magnitude in the majority of these cases than ours, only one being of approximately the same magnitude as our solar system. Like a planetary atom, the solar atom not only rotates on its axis, but likewise spirals in a cyclic fashion through the heavens. This is a different activity to the drift of progressive dynamic motion through the heavens. It deals with the revolution of our sun around a central point and with its relation to the 3 constellations oft referred to in this treatise, the Great Bear, the Pleiades, and the Sun, Sirius. These 7 cosmocrators, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, the Earth and its moon, Mars, Saturn and Jupiter, these planets are also included in all of this astrotheology, but they are not visible to the human eye. Just these gas monsters here, these are all gas monsters, these are solid planets. These 2, they have pretty much all of the angular momentum in our solar system. The Sun has less than 1%. That is one of the proofs that we are in a binary. It can't be calculated in connection with these planets because there's no angular momentum. It's flowing around another star. We have a sheer edge to our solar system. Beyond the Kuiper belt, beyond 50 astronomical units, there is a sheer edge to those asteroids. It just stops, which would indicate something quite simple, that if we are in a binary, and this is how he describes the binary. Well, I've gone a bit wide there, haven't I? But anyway, it's perfect. What happens is Sirius and our Earth do this, and they do this clockwise. So because of this clockwise motion, remember I said that precession, the stars go west-east? Well, because our sun must be curving through space. It has to be. And it is. In fact, it is. And it's curving through space with its sister star, Sirius. And what I'm going to show you is that is Isis and that is Jesus. Our sun comes from this. Scientists know that our sun was produced from its mother sun, Sirius. So that sheer edge would be when they are in close proximity to each other. That when our suns are close to each other, let me just read from this book. We learn from Oriental astronomy that moons revolve around their planets, and planets turning on their axes revolve with their moons around the sun, and the sun with its planets and their moons takes some star for its dual and revolves round it about 24,000 years. A celestial phenomenon which causes the backward movement of the equinoctial points around the zodiac. So we're going backwards through the zodiac. You'll see this in a minute. Why? Because these are going clockwise and the signs are going backwards, contrary to the normal flow. So now the sun is in Aries, next month it'll be in Taurus, and then it'll be in Gemini, as I said before, because it's going that way. Okay? But the ages go backwards. Let's have a look at the key. Now, that is the Earth, and that's the equator. 23.5 degrees above the equator we have a tropic. Okay, that's the Tropic of Cancer. That's the Tropic of Capricorn. And I'm going to do that sine wave, you will have seen it. If you've got a globe of the Earth, and some of them still have this sine wave, you'll see from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn, you'll see a sine wave that goes right around 360 degrees around you. This is the basis for everything, guys. And this sine wave is just a pulse of energy. It's electric. It starts with Aries over here on the 21st of March. It's an electric pulse. March 21st, the equinox. Equal day, equal night, because equinox means, in Latin, equal night. And it only happens twice. Over here, 6 months later in September, the 21st. Some people put the 22nd or the 23rd, okay? That date there is a little bit different to the others. June the 21st, the solstice, the longest day of the year, and then when the sun hits Capricorn, it's December the 21st. That's the day the sun dies. The sun is the hero. The sun gives us an electric pulse in summer, and then it gives us a magnetic pulse in winter. The sun gives us photosynthesis, then it lets us be buried in snow. So here you live, and the opposite of live is evil. Mirror image, devil. This is good. Take out a zero, you've got God. This is light. This is darkness. This is electricity, magnetism. Positive, negative, yin, yang. In fact, this sine wave, you will have seen it in the yin and yang symbol. You will have seen it in the letter S, because it's the serpent that hangs on the tree. Because when you bring this around to make a circular graph, and you put the solstice there, what do you get? The symbol for the Earth in astrology. Do you think they knew something? They're just showing you that cycle. Every cross comes from here. Even the most common cross that we have, that one, that's the equinoxes. This is the summer solstice because it casts a short shadow, and that's the winter solstice because it casts a long shadow. And it's also the kiro. You've seen that one. Kiro. In Greek, the first letters for the word Christ, because Christ is the sun. Krishna is the sun. Kr always represents the sun. Cairo in Egypt, where the pyramids and the obelisks that create this shadow on the ground, every year the sun goes from summer to winter. Summer, autumn, winter, spring on the horizon. It's 47 degrees on the horizon. And it casts a shadow which makes an X on the ground. That X is Kiro. It's the Christ. Our God, our way out of here, the fire, this corresponds to the sun, by the way. Sun. This is sky. This is sea. And this is land. The fire is the sun. And as you will see later, it's pure science in the Bible, because when Jesus says, no one goes to the Father except through me, it's through fire that we must be purged of everything before our immortal souls return to their abodes, whence they came. And it's also the figure 8, the symbol for eternity, because you can bring this around. So you can have Aries over here, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, or you can have it from here. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. I'm going to take it from here. But the figure 8 is there. It's a perpetual sign of perpetuity. It's also the swastika. There's the sine wave. But if a swastika is also, that's a stylized swastika. It's every symbol. The Ankh from Egypt. From the northern hemisphere perspective, not from here down in Australia, because now in Aries we've got autumn, haven't we? But up there it's spring. And that lamb, the ram of Aries, that is there, that 30-degree space from March the 21st to April the 21st, that's the sign that it occupies there. And the wool of the lamb represents the blossom. And that's when the year begins. Everything starts from here, as I will show you. Okay, it's the springtime. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. I'll put winter back over here too, so we can see it going around this way.